Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Jennifer. I hope you guys are doing well and keeping safe. If you're new here and if this is your first time of coming across my channel or my videos, you are welcome, and please do not forget to subscribe because that is really important. And thank you for my returning subscribers. You are welcome. So guys, for today's video, it's gonna be a talking video. I am gonna be talking about top 5, top 6 setting loose powder that you can use for setting and baking your under eye concealer foundation wise. These are my top favorites. There are a lot of setting loose powder out there. You just need to find your favorite, the one that does the works really. So I am going to be showing you my top 6 best powder to set underneath the eyes, or best loose setting powder. So I don't know which side to start from, if I should start with my first. So I'm gonna start with my very first favorite, then go towards my least favorite, one that I hardly use. So best powder, best setting loose powder to bake underneath the eye. The one I could say I choose the most, I love the most, based on the way it makes my under eye feel so flawless, not creasing at all. I am gonna go with a setting powder. This is from Beauty Bakery Cosmetics. This is your flower setting powder, and I have the shade in Oat or Translucent. Based on my skin type, I mostly go for a very translucent powder because it can always blend into my skin. I don't need to fight for any powder. Sometimes if I don't get translucent, I get banana powder, which is a bit of a virgin to the yellow side, but it's also kind of towards the translucent side. So this powder is so good on the underneath the eyes. It actually makes my makeup like stay all day, creaseless, setting. It's just a good powder to work with, and application wise very easy. So it does have two sides where you can lock the powder in, not to move in case you're traveling, and where you can unlock the powder just to bring the product out. So right now I did not lock this powder, and the powder is literally, before I used to use this powder, I have other powders I used to use, but over the years or with time, I came to know what powder makes my under eyes craze, what powder makes my under eyes too drying. But with this powder from Beauty Bakery, I do not get a dry under eye. I'm not gonna lie guys, like my eyes feels hydrated. It doesn't feel too tight or too drying or too like patchy of a big foam. So this is the best powder I will recommend. Okay, second powder to recommend for the under eyes in terms of baking and setting, this is from Too Faced Cosmetics. This is their Born This Way collection powder, and this is in translucent. Again, like I said, I tend to go for a very translucent powder most of the time. So this is translucent. They do have other shades, up to 3-4 shades depending on your skin color, but this one, based on my skin color, based on my preference, based on I don't want to be fighting with whether it's going to make my under eye too yellow, too casty, or too dark, I just go in between, neutral. Just go for translucent and have no problem. So this powder is also good. It makes my under eye feel very refreshed. Set it properly. I don't crease as well. It doesn't leave patch of, like, sometimes when you bake your face, you set your face, it feels like underneath your eye is dry. My Too Faced powder is good. It doesn't crease my under eye. It makes it looking flawless, baked nicely, no cast underneath my eyes, and I feel great on it, and I love the powder. This powder is not that expensive, no, not cheap at all. So it could cost you between £20 to £30 in between those price. Next to my number 3 powders, translucent loose powder, I use in baking, and this is from my Laura Mercier. This is in the shade translucent. This is your loose setting powder. I believe Laura Mercier has like about 5 setting loose powder. I'm not so sure, but maybe 4 setting loose powder, and they just come out with a new loose powder called Honey Translucent. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't tried Honey Translucent, but based on people review online, they say that powder is the best ever. I don't know, but until I buy it and try it, I will let you know if it's really worth the hype or really worth the money. But before then, I've been using Laura Mercier over the years. At first, when I started using it, I felt like, yes, this is the best translucent powder for my eyes. I love it, the work is good, this that. But because I got used to it, I feel like this powder tends to dry my under eyes. It just sets my eyes, making nice. This powder kind of suck up the moisture from my eyes, and it does leave a bit of a patch line. It's like the rest of my face is hydrating nice during looking skin, but my under eye is like too dry. You can see where I bake, and it feels like sometimes embarrassing, like you have to come close. Yes, I'm still using it because it may be acting this way for me, but when you use it, it may not act that way for you. But I hardly touch this loose powder just because I couldn't be bothered. But it's almost finished now, so in case I want to buy again, I am gonna go buy the Honey Translucent, and hopefully it doesn't do what this used to do. But I do love this powder. This was one of my first translucent powder I used to use doing my makeup before found or bought all the other powders I am using currently. Right, we are 3 powders down, 3 to go. I do have other 2 powders I did not talk about. Is inside. I feel like no, really, it's not really important because I hardly use them, but it's still good. They are affordable as well. The next powder I'm going to be talking about, this is the I Am Magic Scented Loose Powder called Sahara from the Juvias Place makeup. Juvia's Place have about 4 or 5 setting loose powder, and their powder are gorgeous based on your skin. So I know Gobi is a bit of a very yellowish setting powder, but this shade I have here called Sahara is, you can say it's translucent, but it's not really translucent because it's a bit beige with a hint of yellow to it, but it's really great powder in my under eye. Sometimes when I use a different concealer that I feel is too light and I want to bring a bit of a warmth or yellow underneath my eyes, when I use this powder is goes for that. It makes my eyes look flawless, makes it look like, yes, you are defining your under eye from chocolatey to like a very fresh what's that word again, creamy looking face. Most of my videos I've done, and I always use this powder, you can tell that my under eye and the rest of the face are actually baked. It's really super good. You can't really see no flaws in it because they are flawless. It's because I use this powder. This is my go-to powder here and there. It's very tiny, but it is powerful. Okay, it may look small, it's powerful, and it has a lot of powder inside. I would highly recommend this powder to anyone out there, any skin type, and this is gorgeous. This is really good. If you think you cannot afford the other powder I mentioned earlier on, this is about $12 or so, kind of affordable, and it's a US based product, so it's really good. The formula is so good. I am telling you, it is good. I still haven't gotten the right shade for my under eye, but I feel like this powder, when I use it for the rest of my face, yeah, it is miraculous. Obviously, I've showed you now, you know what I'm talking about. So this is the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. Obviously, I got the shade Cashew, but you can get your shade Honey, Translucent, Banana. They go different shade. They have about 6 to 8 setting powders from Fenty. Would you believe that? For different skin tone and undertone. I first got banana was too yellowish for me. I got cashew underneath my eye is not for my skin tone, it's just for the rest of my face, and it is flawless, guys. This is a loose powder, mind you. I do set the rest of my face with a loose powder, but this is flawless. But imagine me getting a lighter powder from Fenty for my under eye. Wouldn't you believe that it's still going to be flawless? When I want to go for that full glam beat face, I use this powder to set, you know, the perimeters of my face, then go with a lighter translucent powder under my eyes, and by the time I finish with the makeup, this powder is a miracle. Like, you cannot even tell. It makes your skin look smooth, airbrush, very nice. No, it does not leave your skin too drying or suck out too much oil from your skin. So this is a really good powder I recommend. And this mini one does come with a cushion, which is really good for the price of the powder. I really love the shape and the packaging wise, very sleek, very good and beautiful. So lastly, guys, to our setting loose powder, and this is from Jeffree Star. Yes, I've had this powder for over a year now, I guess, but you hardly see this powder on my videos and my tutorial, just because this powder, I don't know what it's infused with, but it's a really great powder for under eye. It's a setting powder. The shade I have here is called Banana. I think this was the really lighter shade I could ever go for. The rest were different shade or were too light for my skin tone. Banana was like literally close to translucent I could get. It does give a airbrush feeling, flawless finish. But one thing I don't like about this powder is the smell. I don't like powder that have too much perfume scent, you know, talking in it, because it just throw me off. You know, baking, you know, you spread things on your face and the powder fly about. Imagine you constantly baking with these and the chemical keep going underneath your nose. It's not good in the long run. So that's why I don't really fancy using this. But not to lie, I've used it about 2-3 times and I love the feeling the powder gives underneath the eye. It actually automatically leave my under eye looking flawless and smooth. That is for sure. So I love it and I do recommend it. If you love Jeffree Star product, why not buy it? Forget the owner. If you don't, it's also your cup of tea. But in terms of a good powder that I do recommend that you can use, any that skin person, women of color can use, this powder is also should be one of it, because it is flawless. It doesn't leave my skin looking too dry. It just bakes and does the work and set my under eyes like I want it to set. That's what I'm talking about. But smell wise, I don't like it, but the rest, no flashback. So that's it, guys. That's it for my top best favorite setting loose powder to use for underneath your eyes in terms of baking or setting the rest of your face for your skin tone, any skin tone, dark skin person, women of color, or Caucasian as well. Like, but not the same shade I have with me. They always have a different shade, but translucent can go with any skin tone, so make sure you always look out for that. So I highly recommend this product, and none of this powder I have shared with you does give a flashback. No flashback at all, no cast at all, or white cast, never. No, because I've used it over the years. I've tried it, I've tested it, I've done a review for it. If you enjoyed this video and I helped you in any way, please don't forget to leave your comment below on your thoughts on what you think of this, you know, mini breakdown, sharing tips here and there, because I enjoyed telling you what I like, what works for me. Sometimes what works for me may not work for you, but you always need to try to know your preference, to know what goes for your skin. So anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so, because it's really important. Okay, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click on that notification bell icon so you get notified, you know whenever I upload any video. And until then, guys, I am gonna see you in my next video. I don't know when and how, but we see you shortly. So I want you to take care of yourself and be nice to others. Be safe, love yourself. Peace out.